Anchor's upsells at full. Welcome to the Sloopcast. How are you doing today, Kyle?
Doing all right, Jared? How are you doing today?
No comment. New tradition, good tradition. There we go.
You know, this, if there's ever any Wolverine fans somehow listening to us here, Jared, this episode would be really confusing talking about Ohio State and Ohio.
Do they still do that joke?
Yeah, I think they still do.
That was a...
They're going to be really confused because they're not sure which one we're talking about or what the case is here. So
I think Chris Sims was having trouble with it too, quite frankly. By the way,
Chris Sims was having a really bad night.
Okay, time out. Before we get into the report card, F for Peacock?
F for Peacock, yeah. This is our Scarlet and grade episode.
Yeah.
Where we do grade offense, defense, coaching, and other aspects of the game. But yeah, let's add in, Jared, the broadcasters. Absolute F for Peacock. F for the broadcasters, F for the platform.
Oh my God. How do they... Are they making money? Like, because it doesn't feel like they're putting anything into the platform. We had like an in-app commercial pop in during the game. In
the middle of thankfully it was like in the middle of a replay in between plays, but still, like, it was, the drive was going on and they just had an ad inside the app itself there. Like, it was so dumb.
Chris Sims at one point called Ryan Day Jason Day. Chris Sims at one point said earlier in this podcast instead of earlier in this game. And
yeah, it was bad. And then
the resolution would just randomly drop on the broadcast. And I got decent internet. There's no way to turn it back up. You have to leave the game and come back into the game to fix it.
Hope to fix it. My God. With like 6 minutes left in the game, he pretty much said, "Oh, hey, why don't you just go to just change the channel to NBC and watch that one. Watch that game."
It's F for Sims and for the Peacock platform.
Do better, NBC. All right, Jared, let's get into the game. Ohio State and Ohio. Overall thoughts here as we'll get into the grading here. Overall, offense was fine. I thought the offense is fine. They just needed to finish the drives. They had too many times. I mean, the first drive, they got stopped. They didn't get any points inside the 5-yard line. And they had to kick 2 other field goals inside the 10-yard line as well, too. Like, that's not going to cut it. And we saw pretty much a different team in the second half where they just took control. Maybe as Ohio got worn down, whatever the case may be, but we saw Ohio State finishing the drives in the second half there. But I mean, almost 600 yards in offense. Their offense was getting it done. Defense absolutely got it done.
Yeah,
they just needed to finish the drives. That's what it really came down to.
All right, Kyle. So game plan.
Honestly, the game plan I was fine with. That they did pretty much what they wanted to in the air, on the ground. I had no issues with the game plan. I'll give the game plan an A. They got touches to ton of people. Look at the rushing attack. Bo had 9 rushing attempts. Peoples had 7. Donaldson had 9. They distributed the ball almost equally to everybody. So I really liked the game plan. It just wasn't executed well when it came down to the red zone.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a minus on it. I'm just
Sure.
feeling a little salty, I suppose.
Sure.
Coaching.
And it's okay. It's okay to feel salty, especially after what we saw last week and what a very disciplined, very
I think playing a team like Grambling can screw with especially your offense, when sometimes things are just a little too easy, especially if you have like a quarterback making a second over start and he can just throw the ball wherever the hell he wants because everybody's open. I think playing a team like Grambling can actually really hurt you, because it just there's confidence, and then there's I can do no wrong, and not even like in a cocky way. It's just I'm just going to go to my first read because of course they're open, or maybe I have to go to my second read. It's Grambling. Maybe it's the exact right defense. But I think there's something about playing Ohio or playing Grambling versus playing a team like Ohio, who is 5 times better than Grambling.
Mm-hmm. And it sucked. I mean, you have to say, like, it sucked for Ohio when Navarro went out, because you saw like the offense just went to absolute shit when he went out, and then the first drive he comes back in the second half and they score a touchdown.
Yeah, no, totally.
In-game coaching. Man, how should I take this? In-game coaching. In the first few drives, you saw Day, you saw the rest of the coaching staff really trying to get the team and get them to come to the just stand up, to make a stance, to convert the fourth downs, convert the red zones, and they just didn't. I think and then they figure out how to change it in the second half, and I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say here is I think the in-game coaching was all right. It was all right in the first half, but the second half they definitely turned around. So I'll say in-game coaching maybe a B. I would say I'll kind of average the two from a C in the first half, A to the second half. I'll say a B.
That sounds fair. I'm actually gonna go with the B plus. I think as far as our category of in-game coaching goes, I think making adjustments is probably a pretty big part of it. And also, I think like going with your hot hand as far as Bo Jackson, and we'll talk about him when we talk about running later.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like looking at the halves themselves, other than Ohio State almost doubling their points, it was about the same. 278 yards total offense the first half, 294 in the second half. Now, granted, like they went off in the third quarter, that really helped them out. But stats aren't everything. Stats don't tell the whole story.
Yeah, we do need to move a little quicker, Kyle.
Yep, sure. Quarterbacks, 2 interceptions.
On one hand, it was Grambling. On the other hand, it is his third ever start. Or excuse me, it is Ohio.
Yeah,
but it's also his third ever start. He looked like a redshirt freshman this game.
He did 2 interceptions, and
it should be noted that Ohio has a really good pair of safeties.
Their linebacker, and when we mentioned too, their linebackers they're not great. I mean, they're not like really, really good, but I mean, they very seasoned seniors and graduates, I believe, on the linebackers. So they've seen a good share of games too. So hats off to them to make the plays that they needed to. Yeah, Julian Sand, 2 interceptions, 3 touchdowns, 347 while throwing the ball, 78% completion.
Yeah,
I'll give him a B. I mean, 2 interceptions, that's not good.
One of the interceptions was batted at the line. The other one was also kind of, he shouldn't have thrown that. He should have tucked that in and taken the sack. He'll learn from that. He'll learn from that. So
So B. I'll say a B.
I'll go B-. Run blocking.
Run blocking. Ohio State averaged 7.3 on the ground here. And those first couple of drives, they didn't really do all that great, especially in that red zone when they really should have asserted their dominance there. So I'm going to grade it a little bit lower. I'm going to say C+.
Wow.
I'm going to say C+. Yeah. I mean, those red zones where you didn't convert them, you had to kick field goals, or you didn't even convert the fourth down on that first drive there. Yeah, I'm gonna take a lot of points off of that for you, coming from expectations with this offensive line.
Yeah, I would say I think the running backs and the play calling deserve more there, in my opinion. I think who you have in at running back has changed and will continue to change, and that might help. I'm gonna go B+. I'm gonna go legitimately higher on that one.
Okay. All right, fine. Pass blocking. Let me find this. Yeah. 1 sack given up here, which was the first sack all year.
Yeah.
And
kind of a weird play in general.
It was, yeah. So, yeah, I thought
most of the game he basically had all day to throw the ball. Like the touchdown to Claire, like the offensive line, that's the offensive line's touchdown, because Sayan had all day to throw that ball. I felt like he wasn't under pressure most of the game, but you are right. They do give up a sack. So I'll just go with an A.
Yep, same here. All right, the running. I know anybody who's listening to us here probably going to hear it from other people. I think Ohio State might have themselves a star running back here in the true freshman, number 25, and he wears number 25.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to be redshirting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen, I like the other two running backs. I think Donaldson has a role in this offense. I like Peoples just fine.
Yeah.
But we said it before the season even started that we were kind of just okay at running back.
Yeah. Especially
coming off of what we had last year. You know, with the wide receivers, it feels like we can just kind of reload. With Sayan, and granted he's inexperienced and we're going to have to work through that inexperience, but I still have a ton of faith long-term in Julian Sayan. So I like quarterback, we're reloading. Wide receiver, we're reloading. Offensive line, we might be reloading better than we started with. Running back didn't feel like a reload.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that bar is very high with the two running backs that Ohio State had last year, because I don't think either of those two running backs are special. Mm-hmm. I think, and I don't know if Bo Jackson is special yet, but he will be. He has something, and that something's it. I'll go with an A as well.
Okay.
And that's being carried by Bo a lot.
Yeah. All right. Receivers. Since week one, we haven't really seen any like drops or anything. Receivers are doing really well. Tight ends are doing really well. How many catches did they have? 2, 4, 5. Tight ends had 5 receptions for this game. I think that's probably about the average so far here. Tight ends really getting in, and obviously Jeremiah being Jeremiah, 153 yards catching. And Tate had himself a 100-yard game as well too. Receivers exceptional. A for the receivers as well.
I mean, I'll go A+. I think there were several instances in which they were open, but Sayan didn't find them. I'll and again, this isn't receivers, this is receiving. And I thought the tight ends had a great game.
Yeah, absolutely. How many yards with that? 30, 43, 50 yards, about 50 yards for the tight ends here.
Esquire, feel free to jump in with grades as you have them.
Yeah. All right, drives and conversions here. 5 for 9 on third downs, 0 for 1 on fourth downs. Talked about briefly there with the not converting the fourth down inside the 5-yard line. But where are we at? 11 drives. So 11 drives, 7 of those are scoring drives. 64%. And yeah, you're at a touchdown rate of 36% against Ohio. Yeah, I'm gonna say only because it got better in the second half. I'm gonna say a D. I'll say a D.
I'm giving them an F. You can't. You can't keep Ohio in the game by kicking field goals. Mm-hmm. That's an F.
Okay. And explosiveness. Ohio State had quite a few explosive plays. Bo Jackson had a 64-yard. Jeremiah had a 47-yard. Tate had a 49-yard. Quite a bit of explosive plays in this game here. So I'll say an A minus. I'll say an A minus for explosiveness.
Yeah. I think I'll go with a standard A personally. It didn't really come out until later, but it did come out, and
Yep.
For again, yes, Ohio is a MAC team, but they are a very good MAC team. You were never going to just throw the ball across the yard against them the way you were against Grambling. This game would have looked the way we thought it should have looked had they not struggled in the red zone, but they did. But I'll go with an A.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So that is the offense here. So we'll take that first ad break real quick, and we will talk about the defense next. So thesloopcast.com is your go-to link for anything and everything Sloopcast related. There you can find our Patreon page, our Discord, YouTube page, merchandise, merch.thesloopcast.com, Spotify, and much, much more. Again, over at thesloopcast.com. We'll take a quick ad break and be right back to talk about the defense.
Esquire in the chat says, seemed like we were practicing in the first half, and then the second half, we when he turned on the explosive machine, it was there at will. I think you saw a lot in this game of Ohio State holding stuff back, doing an anti-analytics game as far as like throwing some stupid they had an even number, like exact I think it was like 17 and 17 first down plays, running and passing. Like it felt like a game where they were kind of screwing with the analytics a bit, which is a thing you do as a head coach when you're playing an inferior opponent. Tossed in the Keenholz package for a little mindfuckery. Yeah, they felt like a game where they were throwing stuff on tape and screwing with the analytics. And then things got a little bit serious in the second half. So then they said, okay, maybe turn the, as Esquire said, turn the machine on.
Yep.
Defensive game plan.
I thought they did well. They needed to stop Navarro like he was like their offense, and we saw it the one drive there. he was the offense there. So I thought game plan, I thought they did really well. I think they were at one point, where was it here? So if I did here, went to the halves. Yeah, in the first half, Jared, they held them to 28 yards of total offense. Granted, Navarro was injured.
Yeah.
Understand that, but
they didn't convert a third down until like midway through the third quarter, something crazy like that. Mm-hmm. They scored a touchdown before they converted a third down.
Through 3 quarters, they were 1 for 9 on third downs.
Oh, okay. I guess I missed one.
No, through 3 quarters, they were 1 for 9.
At the end of the third quarter? Yes, that's what through
at
means.
The end of the third quarter, they were 1 for 9. And then on the last drive, they had...
Against Ohio State's backups.
Yep, correct, yeah. Yeah, A. And Jared gives an A+, so...
The speed of the defense was eye-popping every time Navarro tried to scramble. I agree. Mm-hmm. And, like, they did what you're supposed to do against a guy like Navarro, which was like, hey, even if he gives the ball to the running back, hit him. Mm-hmm. And that's why he had to leave the game.
Correct. All right, end-game coaching. A. This is a championship caliber defense. Granted, it is Ohio, but they did exactly what they needed to do. Other than a long bomb that got caught that went for a touchdown. Like
you can't blame the coaching on that. No. The player was in position. The player messed up. Yeah.
Yeah. A. I'll give in-game coaching an A.
I'll go with an A+.
All right. Tackling. This is a really, really well coached defense. Tackling has just been so good. I can't really. There might be some instances.
There was the 67-yard play.
Sure, there is that one there, but overall, like through 3 games, like there hasn't really been like any just like eye-opening, like my goodness, linebackers can't tackle them. The defensive ends are missing the running backs. Like this is a really well coached defense on tackling. So I'll say I'll give an A- for this one just because of the long touchdown. If it wasn't for that, it'd be a solid A.
I'm sorry. What was your grade?
An A-.
Yeah, A-. Yeah, I mean, I went down to a B+ again because of one play, and that's unfortunate, but that's football.
It is.
Like what was Ohio's total yards?
181.
67 of that was on one play.
67 of that was on one play, and their last drive was 57 yards where they had the ball
against
for
the backups.
6.5 minutes. Mm-hmm. What is that? 75 plus 57, 132 yards just on those 2 drives.
So you take the 67 away. Yards. They had 49 yards. Outside of against the starters, outside of one play.
Yeah. Run stop. A+. Run stop was outstanding in this game here. A+ for run stop.
What's the numbers?
So before the last drive, where Ohio just ran, it was able to get good chunk yards. It was I think it was down to 0.8 yards per carry.
Yeah.
It ended up being 2 yards per carry, but that's outstanding run block. Ohio ended up rushing the ball 34 times for 68 yards. But again, that last drive, they
against
most of those rushing yards came on that last drive.
Yeah. I agree.
All right, pass rush. 4 sacks in this game.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I mean, I don't. It's not like Ohio was sitting back there trying to throw it deep a lot. It's not like they had a ton of opportunity for sack.
Correct. Yeah. So I'll say an A. I'll say A for the pass rush. Yeah, Caden Curry was an animal. Atkinson had flashes in this game here. Yeah,
I mean, Atkinson is the one who took out Navarro. Not that necessarily should be your goal, but he did it by playing good, solid run defense.
He did, yeah. Yeah, an A. A for the pass rush for me.
I'm going to throw a plus on it.
Sure. All right, pass coverage. Gotta give the negative for the lone touchdown given up in here, but other than that, the wide receivers, Jared,
Iggy did break his penalty.
He did
his non-penalty streak.
Mm-hmm.
A- out of principles, says Esquire. Honestly, it was just holding, but he mugged him.
He did. Other than the touchdown given up, the longest play for the wide receivers for Ohio was 6 yards. So yeah, I'll say A minus. I'll say A- as well. I think that's fair given like expectations, and you should never give up that kind of long yardage.
Yeah. This is what I mean. You take away that one play and the stats are so funny. Yeah, I mean, but it's football. You can't take away one play. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, Esquire. I totally understand what you're saying. But yeah, it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Impact plays. Impact plays here.
Impact plays. You take out their quarterback, you cause some turnovers, you bat some balls down. TFLs, how many 4 sacks? How many TFLs on the day?
7.
Yeah, I think that's a good day.
Yeah, I say an A. I'll give an A.
Yeah, I'll go with an A. I considered giving the plus, but no, we'll stick with the A.
Okay. Stops is the next grade.
It happened, Kyle. This is just for you and me. It just happened to Esquire too.
Yep, I saw. Yeah.
I think it's the new Android update.
Or I haven't had that issue yet, and mine's up to date too. But I digress. Let's continue on with our gradings here. He's on an
Esquire's
iPhone.
on iPhone. Maybe it's the new Discord update. Anyway,
Stop.
Doesn't
Stops
matter.
is the next grading here for the defense here. Mentioned here through 3 quarters, they held Ohio 1 for 9 on third downs. They ended up going 3 for 15. Again, on that last drive they had 2 of those third downs against Ohio State's second, third string defense there. So stop wise, I gotta get A plus. I thought stops wise they did an exceptional job.
If it's not obvious to anyone watching, stops is kind of like it's conversions. It's drives and conversions just on the other side.
And they
getting off the field. Yeah, exactly.
In Ohio, and they held Ohio 0 for 1 in the red zone too.
But containment.
Yep. Containment. A.
You can't let Ohio get a 67-yard pass on you.
I guess containment.
Okay, maybe again this one might need renamed. Maybe I can work on the wording, but containment is like it's explosiveness on the other side.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say a but I mean, that was just one play though. Everything else they did an exceptional job. It was just
one play, but it was for 67 yards and it was Ohio.
Sure. I'll say B. I'm not going to bring it all the way down to a C. I think that's a little much.
I disagree. That's
Okay.
the name of the category. I don't know. You failed to
That's fine.
contain.
All right.
If anyone thinks of a better way for me to name that, please, I'll take suggestions on that.
Yeah. All right. All right, that's the defense. We'll take one more ad break here. We will give our overall grades here and final thoughts. Again, thesloopcast.com, your go-to link for anything and everything Sloopcast related. If you're looking to help support Jared and I, not really wanting any kind of podcast gear or swag, you can check out 7071. That's just the number 7071.thesloopcast.com. A lot of cool
like
designs just like the Columbus Interstates, exactly. A lot of cool designs Jared made on there, from different cities to different old teams in there too, or references.
NFL franchise.
Yeah, a lot of cool ones. So like there's one here for Portsmouth Spartans, the Dayton Marcos, Dayton Force. There's the Canton Bulldogs on there too. A lot of, and the Canton Rollers. That's a cool one too. I like. You can find those and much more over at 7071.thesloopcast.com or just simply thesloopcast.com. We'll take our next ad break, talk, and then be right back on our overall thoughts.
Did you know that the Portsmouth Spartans still exist?
That's cool. I did not know that.
They play in the NFL. They are the Detroit Lions. Yeah.
Did not know that.
The Detroit Lions started in the Ohio city of Portsmouth. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, quite frankly. And they were the Spartans back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fun facts.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and move on through with these here. So overall thoughts, in-game coaching, A offense, A defense, defense.
A defense.
So A for me. Yeah. A for me.
I went A- and A+, so yeah, A feels like a correct in between there.
Sure. Motivation.
Defense.
Defense, yeah. Motivation and effort.
So defensively, I thought the motivation was fine. I thought they played great.
Yes.
Offensively, was it the motivation? Do you think motivation was the main issue? Were they just not up to play Ohio? Or do you think it was something else?
I mean, you could have said the same thing if they didn't do all that well against Grambling. Like they only put up,
but they did play well
points,
against Grambling.
But they did too. So
that's not the.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to compare the two there.
Second cupcake-ish team in a row. They have a bye week coming. The Big Ten schedule after that. Do you think motivation was the issue here? Esquire sure does seem to think so.
I think so. I think a little bit. So I would say B- for me.
I'll go with a B-. I'm lumping general sloppiness into this category. I think that would fall under discipline or maybe execution, depending upon what you mean by sloppiness, in my opinion.
Yeah, execution. I'm gonna grade low. I mean, defense did really well, minus the one play. Offense struggled a lot in the first half with finishing the plays. So, yeah, I'd say execution. I'd say a C. Got to get better. Got to get better in the red zone. Got to convert those fourth down. Got to convert those red zones and not make end up having 3 points.
I think Esquire said it well. General sloppiness. So yeah, execution at a D.
Okay. Discipline. Way too many penalties in that first half. Way too many. I don't know what it was. I don't know if I can easily find it. right now. Penalties. They had 6 penalties. Three on each side there. Yeah, I'll say for discipline, I'll say C as well. Can't have that many penalties.
Yeah, and as I do like to, discipline's about more than penalties.
Well, you can say 7 penalties too, but it was a offset penalty where Jeremiah had that unsportsmanlike conduct as well.
He's got to be careful with that, because even if it's offset, you get 2 of those, you get tossed.
Yep.
Yeah. Discipline. I'm going to go with the C2, but again, this is about more than penalties, and I just, again, as Esquire said, general sloppiness.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Special teams.
Special teams.
Hey, kick some field goals.
Fielding got to kick some field goals finally.
All right.
3 for 3. Ennis got
You got a
26 yards
return.
Yeah, he had a couple of good returns. He had one really good return, I should say. He had one good return. The other one was maybe he shouldn't have, but I can't complain about special teams. I really can't. So I'll say an A. There's nothing for me to say negative. So
yeah, that's fair. Turnovers.
All right. Ohio State was -2.
Couple unfortunate interceptions that were, not traditional, like, bad throw interceptions or bad choice interceptions. One was batted at the line, popped up in the air. Shit happens. That's just football. The other one was, trying to avoid a sack. Maybe hold on to that one next time. Young guy trying to make do. The sack one was crazy. There's a non-zero chance that even if that wasn't caught, that they could have reviewed that for a fumble. Mm-hmm. Howard had a couple of those too. He did. So yeah, not a good turnover day for Ohio State.
I'll say C. C.
I'm gonna go D. This is an inferior opponent. You have to be better than that.
Sure.
But sure. They also were kind of weird circumstantial. I'll go up.
That's why I wasn't giving it
C. That's why I was. I talked
yeah.
myself out of it.
Gotcha. So offense as a whole here, as we're finishing up the ratings here. Offense as a whole. I'm looking at mine. I gave a lot of couple of B's, a C, a D, a few A's here. So I guess overall, I'll say a B overall. I mean, they got it together.
Being way nicer than me.
I know they got it together in the second half. I mean, almost 600 yards in total offense. The big things is that they didn't finish in that first half in the red zones there. And yeah, that's the story of this game offensively. They did not finish the drives, and if they did, Ohio State would have easily been 50+ points in this game.
Hey, Kyle, how do you win the football game?
You score points.
What did Ohio State not do the entire first half?
They didn't convert those red zone drives.
Which, against Ohio, you can get away with because it's Ohio. You do that against even a middling Big Ten team, you can get punished. You simply can't do that. D.
Yep.
You cannot be. You cannot be
middle Big Ten teams, Jared.
Yeah, and they'll punish you for it.
Okay.
I mean, thank God the defense is the defense. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Just testing the lunatic fringe alert system. That's funny.
And defense here, and I'll say an A. I'm looking across all my ratings here. Bunch of A's, a few A pluses, 1 A-. So defense A overall. I know that the glare is the one long play that was Ohio's only touchdown, which I kind of expected. Like Ohio was going to get one touchdown in there, and I think I mentioned in the podcast, Jared, that I said, "Hey guys, don't fret, don't freak out if Ohio scores a touchdown in here, or they get 10 points."
But you also weren't expecting Navarro to miss a large chunk of the game, too.
Sure.
We can talk. I mean, congrats to the defense for executing and doing everything great. But we talk about like, oh, if you take away the last drive against the backups, and if you take away the one big touchdown, they only had, 47 yards? It's a different story if Navarro is in and healthy the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
So that in my opinion has to be taken into consideration too.
Sure.
I'm going to go with an A, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go with an A because ultimately it was good, solid defense that forced Navarro out.
Mm-hmm.
It was good disciplined play by your defensive end, crashing down, hitting the quarterback, even though he gave it up. That's good, solid football. That's good discipline. But ultimately you don't get a plus, not because Navarro was hurt, but for giving up 67-yard touchdown.
Yeah. All right. And overall for the game here, again, Ohio State won 37-9, just missing out on the Vegas line, which was what, 32.5? Was it?
It fluctuated anywhere from 32 to 35, depending upon the day.
Yeah. Defense was spectacular, the overall, and obviously we've been harking on the offense already and what we want to see and all that. So overall, I'd say B+. I would say B+. And that's heavily graded based on the offense needing to improve on the red zone.
Hey, Kyle, after Ohio scored the touchdown, what was the score?
It was 13-9.
13-9 in the third quarter against a MAC team.
Mm-hmm.
Overall score C-. That ain't gonna cut it. That is not gonna cut it. In fact, D+.
Okay.
I got more mad the longer I thought about it. That's not gonna cut it. You don't let Kyle. When was the last time Ohio lost? Excuse me. When was the last time Ohio State lost to an Ohio team? It's been over 100 years.
Mm-hmm. Not this century, not last century.
No, it was last century.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yes.
Last time they lost to a MAC team, they never have. But the last time they lost to a team that was in the MAC, they lost to Toledo in like 1940 or 1990. Excuse me, 1894 or something like that. But it's been more recent than that it was simply a team within the state of Ohio. Regardless, point is,
mm-hmm.
you don't play against the team from Athens that late into the game, them within a score. It's just not acceptable.
Okay. All right, and that's our
Oberlin was the
here.
last team to beat us. That sounds right to me. I don't remember Esquire, but I believe it was Oberlin, and I think it was a little bit longer ago than 1922. I want to say it was maybe 1900 something, or maybe in that area. I don't remember off the top of my head, but It was something like that. It was 1992, or excuse me, God, 1922.
1922, yeah.
Oh, I guess it was 21. I guess it was 21.
All right, that is our grades for the
7 to 6
for the Ohio State Ohio matchup here. Did have just one quick question. I know we're over in time, but one quick question from Buckeye Esquire here. Which one of these players is most likely to retain their role through the remainder of the season? Ennis, Peoples, McGuire, or Tegra?
Tegra.
Yeah. Tegra.
It's not even. I tell you what. Tegra, then McGuire, then Ennis, then Peoples. Although I'm kind of if you want to switch Ennis and Peoples, I'd forgive you. That's how I feel about that. Yep. All right, Kyle. All right. Is that it? Is that the show?
That is our show. Yep.
Kyle, do you have anything in Kyle's corner?
I had one thing here though, Jared. Did you cancel your Peacock subscription yet?
Our good friend Duncan from the Discord, and that is his name. His name is Duncan from the Discord. He also left an Ask Sloopcast question asking, "Hey, have you canceled your?" I don't know if he did it just for me, but it felt like he did it just for me.
That's for everybody listening. Have you canceled your Peacock subscription yet?
Yeah, go cancel your Peacock. Like, it's, by the way, if you cancel it now, you still have it for a month.
Yep.
Because they're dickheads. So go ahead and have it now. It's like, oh, hey, there's actually a movie or two I wanted to watch on there. That's fine. They're going to force you to have it for the next month. You paid for a month. They're going to force you to have it for the next month. That's fine. It is what it is. You paid $9.99 to watch Ohio State play Ohio. You've spent, you've spent worse $10 in your life. Shit happens. Point is, if you still want to watch a movie or maybe watch the new Office, whatever you want to call it, spinoff, then hey, you still got 30 days to do that. But go ahead and cancel it right now. Like, as you're listening to this, put our window. If you're listening on the podcast, just get on your phone. If you're watching on YouTube, you can just sort of shrink the window and put the window down in the corner. Go to your settings. Go to cancel subscription. Twisted Metal series on Peacock is horrible, but in a fun way. I think it's like campy. It's very campy. I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things. I've just heard it described as kind of campy fun.
All right. I think that's it, Jared.
Cancel your Peacock, everyone.
We'll go ahead and end it right there.
Yeah. All right. Let me... I have a band lined up, but I forgot to write it in the notes. Tonight's ending music will be brought to you by... let's go with Mr. Gnome. We're going to go with Mr. Gnome. So, I also didn't write down where they're from. Bad me, I guess. But the name of the song is Be Here Now. It is from Mr. Gnome. They're from Ohio. I forget where. I didn't write it down. But somewhere in the state of Ohio. So with all that being said, I'd like to encourage everyone to drink local beer, listen to local music, and of course, support local podcasters. Once again, this is Mr. Gnome.